Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us on our Super Saturday Hangout for iCoinPro. This is Bart from Florida right here. We've got Michael Williams from Colorado, and we got Linda Jacob from Alberta, Canada, way up north in beautiful Alberta. Listen, guys, we wanted to cover a couple things today, like what we're doing to go ahead and have success in our business and get people to come and join us. Because as Michael actually said before we started this, right before we started, he goes, we really got to let people know that, if they want to have success in this business, they need to be able to start to share it, right? And this is a great company. It's definitely worth sharing. For you to really do well in this company, especially as this grows, and the matching bonus is part of your directs, and the matrix is where you're going to really start to see key income. And as well, those signups when they first come in, you get a commission. It's called a fast start bonus. So hopefully also I have some people on this hangout that are in my team that have not upgraded yet. I will tell you right now that the timing is crazy good to, if you're going to take the plunge to get going right now. We are doing some traffic testing and stuff like that. I'm going to show you some results of things that have happened actually right before we turn this thing on live. We have the micro trading system coming, right? Monday, that's going to be released to us. We're going to start to be able to do the training on that, so we can go ahead and start to make some money. And with that, real quick, I just want to mention this as well. It's funny. I never freak out and never lose it when I see Bitcoin go down in price. I fully expect it to happen, because Bitcoin doesn't do this. It doesn't just rise up like this. Bitcoin has a rise, a fall, a rise, a fall, a rise, a fall. And what Bitcoin has, it has resistance when it reaches a point where it can't go higher, right? And then when it goes back down, it has support where it can't go lower, right? That's when you have it fall after a large spike. It's called a market correction. Okay, so this is where we can make money if we learn how to trade, because you can play those corrections with the support and the resistance, as well as in Ethereum and Bitcoin. We're going to be able to make a lot of money. Mike and I were having a little conversation last night before we finally shut it off, and we realized that it's going to be very possible for us, even though we might build very, very big businesses, and in 6 months we might be having an incredible income off of iCoinPro, and I'm sure we will. We might actually be making more money in the trading part of this business, right? And again, it's us controlling our money. We're not handing it to someone who might or might not be a trader, or might not know what they're doing, or might not even be an honest, real person who's not going to steal your money, right? So anyway, guys, so listen, let's get back to the series and topic at hand. We brought Linda on because Linda, I've known Linda for a few years, and she's been sort of following some of the stuff I've been doing. And, Linda has had a really good success. And Linda's a perfect story to show that, I know people, the term anyone can do it. The fact is, anyone can do it. If you're right in your mind and you do the work, anyone can do it. So Linda, how are you doing today? Go ahead and unmute, and we're going to ask you a few questions. All right. So listen, first off, Linda, I'd like to ask you how you found this. I mean, obviously, you must have found one of my posts or something.
Yes, that's exactly the way I found it. You are my direct sponsor, and since we've known each other for a couple of years there, I've been watching you on and off, and when this opportunity came around, I was intrigued because of the education part of it, and I think that that is really what sets it apart. And when people have an argument that, well, but it's freely available online, and I can get it, like I said, yes, if you have a whole bunch of time, and if you can just sift through all the bull that is there, sure, you can do it. But who has the time and the wherewithal to do it all by themselves? So I was really attracted by that. And then when, of course, when the trading is going to be going on, that's going to be even, like, it's going to ramp it up for me, because I have a little bit of experience in trading, unsuccessful. So just because of the education and just the background behind the trading program, I'm really, really excited that that is going to be super duper.
Awesome. Okay, so that is, I'm glad you brought that up because you're right. The training itself, being all in one place, it is one thing to be able to go and, yeah, you can find information all day long about, Bitcoin. I mean, geez, if you really look at Ethereum right now, I mean, there must be 100 videos out there and probably 25 well worth watching about Ethereum, right? And there are some people
Right.
out there.
25 out of how many?
Yeah.
I mean, like 10,000? I
Yeah.
mean, who has the time? That's what I mean. Like this is going to be quality information out of one specific place. And it's going to keep coming, like Paul D'Souza was saying, like it's going to change daily. The background is going to be very dynamic and it's going to be awesome.
Right. Okay, so now I know that you sponsored a few people in this business, and you probably have actually even created more pre-enrollees than the people that you sponsored, of course, because that's how it works. But what I'd like you to do is sort of share what you've been doing so far to get results and get direct signups.
Yes. Well, we do have a really nice program in the Mega Network Builder program itself. And I have been like crawling through all of it, and I've been looking at the ways to do this and that, and I would say that 100% of my stuff is done on Facebook right now, and I am still not 100% focused on what is going to actually be my modus operandi, if you want, but I just post on various groups that have interest in Bitcoin, and I keep on posting a couple of times a day when available and when possible, if I may say. And I just take little snips that I like, like in your posts or in the Mega Network Builder, like all the posts that are in there, or somebody else, and I just make my own and I just rearrange that, and then I just post, sometimes with a picture and sometimes not. And I have all of my groups with a certain code attached to it, so I can see what is working and what is not working. But I'm still in the growing phase, if you will, like I find that difficult, like to just get everything together.
This is fantastic information that you're sharing, because this is the thing that I noticed, right? Since I am friends with you and I still post in groups as well, even though some people say don't do it. I'm telling you, you got to get exposure out there, okay? But the thing that I did notice about your posts is, your posts are not like anybody else. So yes, I know that you're in the Mega Network group because you can see what other people are doing, and people are putting up information, and we're taking that information and being able to adjust it. But your posts are very personalized. They're obviously you when you post, right? So your personality is coming through. You're not just, if you want to call it clicking and pasting, just some random thing that someone's made and then everyone's using it.
Oh, I do some of that too. Don't get me wrong, Yeah. But no, I do rearrange it a little bit, actually, like I do, like you say, make it a little more personal. And I don't know if you noticed, but I like to just put a little pop here and there, like just a little dab of something, like just to go, what's that, So yeah, I like to work like that. I like to be quirky a little bit, because then people go like, who's that, So that's the way I work.
Yeah, that's really good. I love it because your personality, whatever it is, does come through on Facebook, whether you like it or not, right? You can tell if someone's having a bad day by what they might post on their wall and stuff like that. And you can get a lot of interaction on Facebook. I mean, it's just the fact, right? So, Michael, do you have any questions you'd like to ask Linda? Because again, this might help some of your people in your team. This is why I really wanted to have her come on, because I know, well, let me ask one more question specifically, me first. Linda, have you ever really had success before in any other project that you've done as compared to like what you're doing now?
You just stole my question, Bart.
Well, I'm going to answer both of you. Honest to God, never. The very first person I sponsored was through this program. And it was, well, it wasn't within last week. I got three people that came in, one annual, one 6 month, and 1 month.
Trifecta.
A trifecta, absolutely, just perfect. And no, it's the very first time, and they all came in the 1 week. So now I said, yeah, if I can get 3 per week, I'm good with that, you know, like, so I'm just going to pace myself to keep the same pace. And
Awesome.
yes, I would be very, very happy about that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that is amazing. It is just amazing to hear that you've never had results before, but here you are having the results now, and not just, you know, like a sign up. You're getting really good results, right?
Yes,
So
I'm getting conversions, and I have never had that word in my vocabulary before this.
Uh,
I love it. Okay, Michael, go ahead. You have anything you want to ask Linda?
Yeah. So as you guys know, I'm a big guy with what I call follow up. That's my
Yes.
my strategy. So I just want to ask you a question. When you do get a message back, or you get something in the comments saying that they want information, what is your strategy? What do you do to follow up to get these guys information?
Well, first of all, I ask them to friend me, and then I get on Messenger, and I just have a conversation with them, you know, like, just I'm not just all business. I'm just asking about, you know, like, what they're doing, and, you know, like, how successful they are and what's not. And, you know, like, I just do it a little more, like, it's a little more intensive for work. But and also, when I get a pre-enrollee, you have those email swipes there in your program. I make sure that I send one right away, and I personalize it a little bit, and I tell them that they can connect with me on Facebook, and they can connect with me on Messenger. And, you know, like, I tell them that yes, I am here to help. If you want my help, I am available. So
I really appreciate that answer, and I knew that was going to be your answer because you are doing very
I'm so
successfully.
predictable.
So no, and the reason why I asked that question is for a reason, because there's many people. I've got a lot of people in my organization now, and a lot of people saying, "Hey, I haven't got a pre-enrollee yet, or I haven't got anyone signed up yet." And what I want to just kind of focus on, and what you're doing today, is you could get pre-enrollees. You can post, you can buy advertisement, you can go out and tell people and get your pre-enrollees in your back office. But it doesn't stop there. So and Bart knows this, my phone dies probably 3 or 4 times a day, and I have to charge it. And the reason why is because what happens when I get a pre-enrollee, I could be talking to Bart, and I'm like, hold on a minute, Bart. We could be on Skype or something else, and I'm like, I got to send an email out to this pre-enrollee. So I only wait probably 1 or 2 minutes if I'm around, and I shoot them a standard message right away, and it's an email that says, "Welcome, thank you for visiting my site. Here, if you have any questions, if you need any information, feel free to contact me." Now I put my Facebook link, and I put my phone number. And to be honest with you, right away, I either get a comment like I was talking to Bart the other day, and this lady was a pre-enrollee, and I even text her on my phone, and she wrote back within a second, "Stop." So she must have thought it was a standard, like a automatic message that went to her to stop messaging. But anyway, so you get those kind of things, but you also get stuff like, "Hey, can you call me tonight?" And I make sure that I call them. I write everything down, and I make sure that I get back with those people. So that's why I think you're having success. And I just want to relay that to everyone else out there that joined the business that's not too successful, that it's all in the follow-up. It's
yes,
you have to reach out to them. So thank you for answering that question.
You say that you're doing a lot of stuff on the phone. I am absolutely terrible on the phone, you know, like, I write a lot better than I speak. I use a different part of my brain, and it works better. And I prefer to do it like that, you know, like, because that's the way.
I have to say something, Linda. You know, but before we did this, and I know this is also your very first Hangout you've been on, I can honestly say you're like a professional on this Hangout. I mean,
Well, thank
these
you.
are clear. You know exactly what you're talking about. You could be a professional presenter, which is just amazing. I'm going to tell you that right now. So, what I love, what I
Oh,
really love about this is that I'm going to watch you grow, right? And I'm going to
yeah.
watch you share, and I'm going to watch you teach, and you're going to go ahead and you know convey, especially if your people watch this Hangout. I know you're going to send the link off because you were just on
Oh,
this
yeah.
with them, because that what you're going to be able to do is you're going to be able to replicate your success, right? Because this is how the business really gets going well. It's not just going ahead and sponsoring a zillion people. Like Big
Yeah,
put up
and ignoring them. Yeah.
Big put up a post the other day, which was just so true. He says, "Listen, you could be the biggest guru in the planet with a gigantic list, and you can have 300 people come and join you and pay. But if you don't support them, then what good is that? Yeah, you can make a ton of money right off the bat, and what 1/100th of those people might be able to do anything. But
Yeah.
then if
And I told you already, you know, like I want to be just as good as you are with me. Because you're a very good, yeah, you're very good at follow up, and I love it. I love it. Yeah.
So Bart, I want to give an example of that. So if you know Big, the you know he does all the seminars and everything. Big is he's only got like 20, if I can remember, 27, 28 personal people. But guess what? He's a 3-star elite.
Yep.
What that means is I have more personals than him. But he has a lot more people in his organization. So what we are doing, we both have a lot of people in our organization with only 31 to 28 personal sponsors. And the reason why he's doing this is because he's following up with his people. He's working with his people to help them build their organization. And it only makes sense to do that, because if you're successful, we're all successful, and so that's the key to this game is, don't try to get 100 people personally sponsored. Just try to get 2 or 3 right now, 2 or 3 people, and then work with those 2 or 3 people to get them 2 or 3 people, and it's just going to take off like crazy. And that's what's happening.
Yeah, it's not going to be for everybody, and I know that, like some of them are not going to be wanting to pursue. So you're just going to hone it onto those people that really want to go, and then that's right, like you're going to channel on those people, and you're going to help them to be as successful as possible, because it's going to come back to you.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this is like golden nuggets. This is the great hangout right here, because again, you've really, you said it, you've never had success. Here you're having success, and you've already set yourself up. You verbalized on this hangout what your goal is to try to bring 3 people a week, and then help those people learn how to do the same thing. I mean, when you have that goal and you've now verbalized it, and you in your mind say, I'm going to do this, then your belief system and your, life of abundance, if you want to call it that, is opened up, and you're ready to have this happen. Some people join businesses and they go, well, I'm gonna send some traffic, and I'm gonna hope that it works, and cross my fingers type of a thing. I mean, I've had people come and join my company literally, and I've reached out to everybody that I could possibly reach out to. I've got 4 people that have paid. I've never even spoken to in my life yet. I've sent them emails. My Facebook, I'm saying I could try to help you. I can add you to groups and stuff, and I've had no response. And I've also had a couple people come. They paid, and they've just disappeared. People I know on Facebook. Right? They've just completely disappeared. And I don't know if, it was like, maybe they thought this was just a shiny object, and now they're doing another shiny object, which is fine, because, we've all done things like this before. But, for me, I just think that, iCoin is such a different animal, and it's going to be around for so long that, I can clearly state that I believe and trust 100% that my efforts into this business, and my efforts to help people, and my team, and all of us working together, is for the right reasons, because again, it's the education. Michael, I'd like to have you talk about what you do, how you bring in people. And I know you did a funny experiment last night that actually created 5 or 6 phone calls you had to get on today. And I know you've been slammed. Yeah. We're working on some stuff. So go ahead and talk about what you do and how you're getting success.
Yeah, absolutely. So I want to give a few tips out and some stuff I've been experiencing on Facebook. So when I first started, I was posting my link on Facebook and saying, hey, check out this business, And yeah, I got a few hits to here and there and stuff like that. So what I've tried in the last few weeks, I've been trying different types of posts on Facebook. And this is just Facebook marketing right here. But so I would put stuff like, hey, you know, this business is real. If you want to get into a good business, and you put your link. That's the first post. Then I would try a different post, something like, hey, if you never heard of cryptocurrency before in your life, if you want to learn all about cryptocurrency, you know, check us out. And then I would try the Mega Network link. So the first one would be my regular link to the back office. The second one, the post, and of course I'm experiencing this to see how many hits I get. So and then later on, what I've noticed in all kinds of other groups, my biggest success in posting in Facebook, and get this, because I would have never thought this would be like this. Facebook has this new thing at the bottom. If you see all those round colors, there's a bunch of different colors. And it only gives you a certain amount of characters to put in. And if you put a link in, it goes away. So what I tried is I choose the color red. Okay, so red square. It comes up in Facebook. And what I do is it's a teaser. It's kind of like I put in like, hey, you know, cryptocurrency is around. It's going to be the thing of the future. If you want to learn more about cryptocurrency, get with me. And then what I do is I don't post my link. I don't put my link in there at all. And then I'll put something like, you know, comment info at the bottom. And if you ever look at my post, the majority of the people that have been pre-enrollees in iCoinPro is because I put that post with no link. All it is just saying, hey, you know, this is the new fad. This is cryptocurrency is going to be the new thing, and they're asking for information. And then what I do, believe it or not, I will message them right away in Facebook. I will give, and what I'll do is I'll put this in the Facebook group of what I send them. I will actually copy and paste that and put it in the Facebook group of what I send them. But I sent them, you know, a simple little paragraph and explaining what the company's about, that it's long term, and here you might want to take a free tour. It's completely free to take a look at it. Take a look, and then and tell me what you think, and I'll, you know, get back with me with questions. So what that does is I still don't give them a whole lot of information. So they become a pre-enrollee in my back office. I see them, and as I already stated, as soon as I see them as a pre-enrollee, I shoot them an email. Or what I'll do is I will put their name in Facebook, and I'll look them up in Facebook if they're not a friend of mine, and I will hit friend. I'll actually friend them and then send them a message to say, if you have any questions, let me know. So right away, I even put my phone number in there so they can call me. So I get a combination of emails back, I get a combination of phone calls, and I get a combination of messages back. And then they're asking me information about iCoinPro. And then what I do is I just shoot them all the Hangouts. Yeah, I shoot them 2 or 3 Hangouts that Bart and I've done. You know, last week I did a corporate Hangout with the CEO. I shoot him that. You guys don't have that yet, but you could use ours. Yeah, you know, we cover a lot of information in these Hangouts, especially Bart and I. We went over the pay plan, the comp plan. We actually interviewed Paul, the CEO. You can shoot them those Hangouts. And all you do is you either email it to them or message to them and say, hey, get back with me with questions. Make it short. Don't you know, have 16 paragraphs saying, you know, what iCoin is. Don't try to explain it, because they're not going to read that. All they want to do is watch a video, and then if they come back and say, how much does it cost? I get a lot of this. How much does it cost to get in? And I say, you know what? Everything is covered in the video. Watch that video, and you will see how much it costs, because there's 3 different levels, and I can't really explain it. And that's what I shoot them back. It forces them to look at the video, and it forces them to see and see the CEO talking and everyone else. So on top of that, you know, I since I've been doing this for a while, I also email. You know, I'm starting now to start my list and email people in list, and I'm also telling everybody at work, everybody, you know, that I come in contact with. I had a friend today. It was kind of weird. I was just telling Bart. I had a friend today. His name is Mark. Hey, if you're on this Hangout, hi Mark. But anyway, he called me today and he says, "Hey, I've been following you on Facebook for quite a while. Um, I I need to know what you're doing because it sounds like you know what you're talking about. I really want to know what cryptocurrency is and how it works." And he used the word Ethereum, not Bitcoin. It's kind of weird because I usually hear Bitcoin all the time, but I guess Ethereum is out now, and everyone's talking about Ethereum, that to buy Ethereum. So he said, "Hey, well, does this training cover Ethereum?" I said, "Hey, listen, it covers everything, especially next week when the micro profit system comes out. It's going to cover just about what we can do to trade different cryptocurrencies and everything else." And he says, "Man, I'm going to sign up and I'm going to pay for a whole year and I'm going to learn this." So it's just about, and don't make it like it's, don't be nervous. Don't just say, "Hey, listen, if you're into cryptocurrency and you want to learn more about cryptocurrency, I've got something that could help you out." And leave it at that, and let the videos do all the work for you.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah, and you did say something that is very relevant. Don't be nervous about it. And that's always something that I was always so nervous about pitching anything to anybody that I never did. And it's the very first time that I'm actually plunging and doing something and having great results.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, guys. So what I want to do real quick is I'm going to share my back office and I'm going to show you some things that we're using, and how you can get some of the results I'm going to share with you. So, okay, I'm sharing. I can see that. Let me go to my back office. All right. Hey, look, that's me on the screen. So here you have statistics, okay? So your statistics are broken down on a daily basis, right? Like today's Saturday, I've had 46 hits on the website. I've had 2 people pre-enroll, 1 person upgrade. Yesterday I had 76, no pre-enrollees, 0 upgrades. The day before, 86, 3 pre-enrollees, 1 upgrade. And it sort of goes down the line. My goal is to try to get 1 person a day. If I can get 1 person a day, I'm definitely going to be on the road. That's for sure. But I've done a lot. I've done a lot of traffic. Now the thing is, I've not spent hardly any money. Okay. Now we have in the back office something called source statistics, and this is where you can actually use a source code. Okay, like they show you the example of this link and how you change it to, like, if you want to add Facebook post or Pangea list or co-op, like this co-op here, right? So you can actually track where your clicks are coming from, whether they're just pre-enrollees, the hits, and as well as the members that upgrade. Okay. So unfortunately, this is wrong because I know that I'm at 29 now. That's something that I'm not sure why that's a little bit off. But it takes, and if you look, I mean, I've driven over 3,000 clicks to my website, okay, to make this a business work. Because the way I look at it is, I'll do everything, okay, everything to build this business. So what am I doing? So I do Facebook posts, right? I post on my own wall. I have a YouTube channel that I've got a pretty good following on, so I try to shoot videos. I did one the other day and I had really good attraction to that. I friend people that send me friends requests. I do chat with people all the time. But I do something else as well, and I do safe lists. And I know that a lot of people might not believe this because it seems like you have to do so much, right, to be able to go ahead and get a sign up. But the safe lists are things like state-of-the-art mailer, Pangea list, Ad Achiever. There's a whole bunch of places where if you will accept getting emails that you have to open up, okay, and then you have to have them open for 15 seconds or 30 seconds, and you'll get credits. And for those credits, they'll give you mailing credits, right? So then it's a matter of you coming up with a nice little ad copy, and then when you have enough credits, send out these mailers. So, I do my hour every day of getting my credits built so that I can go ahead and do my mailings, okay? So that's why my numbers are so big, because I do a lot of these mailings. Now, the way it is for me is I will do a bunch of traffic because it's all a numbers game, right? It's the right person at the right time for whatever reason at that moment. So it's really just putting it in front of eyeballs. And, fact is, iCoinPro, guys, we technically haven't even launched yet. We're in pre-launch, right? So we still have not been overexposed at all, okay? this company is still really a baby, even though we've had a really good, successful launch, and as far as the amount of people that have upgraded. But the owner has come out, stated, and has an intention to get this to be a 1 million member company within a couple years. And I know that that's what he believes he's going to do, right? And I believe that we are also. But what does that mean? Well, what that means is for everybody that's watching this right now, whether you've only taken a tour, you've been a pre-enrollee, you're thinking about paying and joining, you're not going to have a better time than right now. I mean, as a matter of fact, that was the title of the video I shot a couple days ago. The time to join and get into iCoinPro is right now, because what is going to happen for sure, and I'm telling you this, and mark my words, is when the micro profit trading system is released, okay, and then people start to go ahead and get that training, and then they go ahead and start to get results, okay, guess what's going to happen? It's going to make this go viral, because the proper training is there for people to get the results on their own, with their own money, and people are going to talk about that. So this business, it could double in the next week or two. I mean, we could literally double, right, than what we are right now. So, if you're watching and you're not sure if you want to go ahead and join this business, please get with the person that you've enrolled with. Try to have a conversation with them. Ask them for any information that I might be able to share with you, or tips. Maybe even send them this Hangout, because we want to help people. I mean, honestly, I get questions from people that aren't even my team. I don't care. I'll give them any advice I can give them. I don't hold back. The way I look at it is, the way I look at it is like this: anything I give out, I can give back 100-fold, right? So even if I'm advising someone or helping someone that's not in my team, it's not going to benefit me. It will benefit me. It benefits me in a different way. It benefits me in a way I don't know how to tell you it works, but up there, it happens. The universe answers, right? So I keep working on that same premise, that I'll give out anything I can as far as information, quality advice, and truth. I want to be very truthful with people, and then I'll get it back to me, 100 times. So, Michael, I know you have some thoughts on this exact thing as well.
Yeah, what I want to talk about too is what you just touched on about helping other teams that are not even in our downline, or so they're just completely different teams. I'm actually talking to a team member now that we're strategizing to do different hangouts, and he's not on my team. I'm not on his team, but it's all about helping each other out. I get messages on Facebook, and I get emails daily from 5 or 6, maybe 7 different people, and I don't even know. I don't even look anymore to see if they're in my organization. I just answer them. I just say, hey, this is what you need to do. Put in a ticket or whatever. I don't care if they're in my organization or not. We're here to help each other. And if it benefits me, great. It might come back to me later. Who knows? But I'm here to help everyone. Even in our Facebook group, we've probably got 3 or 4 different groups that are not even in our downline in that Facebook group. Asking questions and everything else. So it's a big team effort. And next week we might have someone special on our Hangout. So be ready for that. It's going to be a good Hangout. So we're gonna, and he's not on our team, and he's a special guy. So hopefully we can get him in here. But yeah, I'm glad you touched on that, Bart, because we're a family here, and one of the things I do want mention is maybe a little change of subject here is a lot of people want results right away. There was a pre-enrollee that emailed me a week ago or so, and I told Bart this, and he said, how come I don't have any money yet? How come I haven't I haven't received any money yet? And to be honest with you, yeah, I read it and I'm like, what is this? What does he mean? He's not even joined yet. But I messaged him, and I messaged him in the right way, and I said, hey, listen, you have to become a member, and on top of that, you can't expect to have a lot of money if you're not doing anything. Okay, so if you treat this is a business, and you have to treat it like a business. You can't just treat it as a hobby. So there's a lot of people out there that just want to say, hey, I paid my money. Where's my money? We can't do that. This is a long-term business. This is something that that will be around 5 years from now. And you have to work at it. And one of the things to be successful in this, you don't have to work real hard. Look at Linda. I mean, all you have to do is work 2 to 3 hours a day. And if you want to make money and you want to be successful, you have to take the time. So if you go to the gym, or if you go walk the dog, or whatever, take a little bit of more time and take less time walking the dog or whatever, but you have to sit down. And I'm doing this 6 hours a day, I think, but you have to take at least 2 to 4 hours a night and email your people and research and talk to people, get the word out. If you don't do 2 to 4 hours a night, it's going to be a slow process. You're still going to get there if you do 1 or 2 hours, but it's going to take 2 years instead of 1 year. And this is a 1 year business. You can't expect to have thousands of dollars in your back office within a month. This is a long-term business. And as we talked about, it's not about getting a whole lot of people. It's about getting those 2 or 3 people that are really, really interested in it, and then helping them to succeed. And that's where your time is going to be spent, is helping those people. And then use us. Bart and I both have asked a lot of people, if you have someone and you can't explain iCoin yet, then give us a call. We'll do a 3-way. We want to do that. We want you guys to give us a call, but you have to schedule it, because we are busy at night, very busy. So as long as you give us a couple days in advance and say, hey, are you free Thursday at 7 p.m.? Can we do a 3-way call for 30 minutes? We will jump on there and we will talk about iCoinPro, and we will help you, get that person signed up. And that's what it's all about, guys. You really need to spend that 2 to 4 hours a day if you really want to be successful.
I love that, Michael. And you brought up a really, really good point. The question that you could put out there really is, let's not even shoot really high at all. But, how hard would you work every day for a year to be able to create an income of, let's say, $5,000 a month from that point on, in a business that's not going to go away, and that income won't drop, right? Because you already have activity. You're going to be helping other people. So it technically should be going up all the time. So that is the question you have to ask yourself, was what are you willing to do to have a regular income, whether it's offsetting your income, whether you're retired, whether you're a student, whether you're a single mom, whatever the situation is, and why you do this, right, to earn more money. And then God bless us, I mean, what we're going to be able to do with trading, right? So how hard would you work for how long to have that happen? And, I don't think that's a big ask, right? Because most people, I mean, I'm going to say something about Michael. Michael has a very, very good job. Michael makes a very, very, very good income. But as he said to me last night, he's a slave to the job, right? Now, that's provided him an incredible life, and he's got a great life, but he doesn't want to, he wants to have that vision in mind of when he's going to be able to stop working for somebody else, just be working for himself, and then also enjoy the time freedom that he's going to create because of the hard work he's putting in now, right? Because that's really the end of it, isn't it? Isn't the end goal here to get to the point where you have the options to do what you want, whether it's I want to have my job or I want to be a volunteer. I want to go work with kids. I want to go garden. I want to travel, whatever it is, right? You want to be a philanthropist, whatever that is, that want, need, or desire can be answered by the work, effort, and belief that you put in now. So what you do now will give you that. So if you, as Michael said also before the Hangout, if you treat this like a hobby, you're going to get like a hobby result. If you treat this like a business and you put in the work, you will have the result that you literally put in, you'll get back out, right? But the resources are there, guys. Most of you that are watching this are on our team. The fact is, if you're bad at talking to someone, we will do the talking. We will get on a call. I'll get on Skype. I set up these Hangouts and do private meetings with people. I don't care, right? Because I'm proud to share what we have here. I'm very, very proud of our business. I'm super thankful for Paul being the owner of this company. Super thankful of the other leaders that are on that panel that come on every week, and they're changing all the time. Super thankful that that resource is there for me to be able to share as well. And, that I believe and know that we have a solid platform that we're going to be able to go with in the future because, like Paul said on that Hangout, the millennials are becoming of age now, right? The millennials are now becoming young adults. So they're all on smartphones. they all know how technology works. I mean, you know, the people on this panel right now, we're a little older, right? I mean, I never used a computer until, I don't know, 10 years ago, right? And way after everyone was on a computer. I didn't even have a smartphone till probably 2 years ago. I liked my flip phone. You know what I mean? You couldn't do nothing on a flip phone, but now I got a phone I could do everything on. So, but the millennials they are raised that way. So for them, cryptocurrency is the way that they're going to obviously move into the future. You know, you think we have an audience now. We have nothing yet. This cryptocurrency, all of them, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and even the altcoins, which are very purpose-driven coins, they're going to explode, folks. And you're going to see more and more and more mainstream businesses, acceptance. I mean, the greatest thing about Facebook is the sharing of knowledge and information. And luckily, Facebook is an international platform. So I have friends like all over the world. But it's so cool when someone takes a picture in Thailand of a restaurant that says we accept Bitcoin, right? Or the music store in LA, we accept Bitcoin. I mean, it's popping up everywhere, folks. And, you know, there was a great person on the panel this last Wednesday Hangout with Michael that was on there. And she was talking about, or someone was talking about, I don't know if it was she, I think it was, no, it was someone else. But they were saying that basically what the problem is with typical currencies and when you do business is fraud, right? So since Bitcoin has basically fraud-proof protection, do you think that Bitcoin and the movement of cryptocurrency isn't going to actually go further and farther and further and farther? It's going to keep going crazy. If you really study and are subscribing to any of the Bitcoin publications, you know, the online e-zines or whatever, you'll find out every other day another government is getting involved with cryptocurrency or accepting it. I mean, Australia, China, well, not China yet, but Japan. I mean, the list just keeps growing, growing, growing. But also some of the biggest companies in the world that actually do information sharing, right? They're all looking at blockchain because of the way that system works, which is how Bitcoin works. You know, think about that. We have seen nothing yet, as Paul says, right? And I believe that there's another market out there that is not being used at all, guys. And every single person watching this can actually use this resource right this minute. And that's called Craigslist, okay? It's free to advertise on Craigslist, okay? And think about this. Who are you gonna go after? You're gonna go after the person who has no knowledge of Bitcoin yet, but sees it in the news, right? So you're gonna try to go get the person that is actually looking for the education, right? So your message would be, do you want to learn about Bitcoin? Would you like to learn how to earn Bitcoin? Would you like to learn how to use Bitcoin, right? And then your link, right? Possibly a phone number, depending on your style, right? Michael would put his phone number out there and invite them to give him a call, all right? So there's a great resource. You can do, I think, three ads at a time. Pick the biggest cities, go at it. That's free, folks, that's free. Point them to the website, tell them to plug into the Hangouts, right? And whatever, when they do connect with you, then great. But that's where Michael and I, you know, right now, what we realize is we've built a nice structure of marketers, right? The people that want to market, they're in already, right? And we still have some more that we probably have another month to go to really get in the marketers. But we're really looking to take this to the offline space, okay? You know, one story I did want to say that Michael forgot to sort of tell, but last night he shot a video using his BitPay card.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
sorry.
Now you can do it.
All right, so I get an echo. Can you put it on mute real quick, Bart? There you go. All right. So I failed that when you asked me and you handed it over to me. I failed to tell you guys about what I did last night. I actually got my BitPay credit card, my Visa credit card in, and I was so excited. I ripped it open and I was on the phone with Bart and I said, dude, I got to activate this right now. So I transferred some Bitcoin over from one wallet to the BitPay wallet, and it went in there within 10 minutes, and I was surprised. But anyway, I put $100 in there, and we went to my favorite steak place, and I ordered a very nice steak, and to be honest with you, we ate and everything, and then I shot a video. If you go on my timeline, I shot a video of handing my Bitcoin credit card to the waiter, and I wouldn't let go of it. And I said, hey, have you ever been paid by Bitcoin ever? And since you've been working here? And he says, no. He says, I bet in his mind he's saying, what is Bitcoin? I'm sure. But I might go back to him later on and say, hey, I got a place that you can learn about Bitcoin. But anyway, I gave him my credit card and I said, hey, you're about to be paid in Bitcoin. So he comes back and I said, did it work? And he goes, yeah, like a charm. He goes, it was like a regular Visa card. So, but my point is, I posted that on Facebook, and my wife took a video of me, and I've got at least 4 or 5 calls today, or messages, and I told them to call me if they want information. People I didn't know and people I did know, saying, what is cryptocurrency? How come you put, because when I put in the title, I put tax free. And what I meant by that is I had to pay taxes in the restaurant, of course, but the money, the government does not know that I have that money, and I'm using the Bitcoin money out of the wallet, and there's no taxes on it. There's no earned income on this. So this is what attracted everyone, and and I sent them my link, and now they're all pre-enrollees. So just those are the kind of things that you can do in your Facebook marketing or other marketing. Just come up with different ideas. Just put a video out there every now and then. Put something out there. Put some teasers out there. But anyway, I thought that was a good story, and 4 or 5 people called me right after that and joined as a pre-enrollee.
Yeah, and those guys, those guys are typically not even marketers. They're just your friends that have been following you on Facebook. So see, look, there's another. That's the audience, folks. Right? I have a couple people that I've neglected to follow with because I've been so darn busy. Like my future brother-in-law, who sells annuities. Right? He's in the financial game, if you want to call it that. And when he asked what I did, I said, well, right now I'm totally learning, earning, and teaching about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. He goes, Bitcoin, is that real? That's what he asked. Yes, Bitcoin, is that real? This is a guy that he's in the financial world. He actually said that. And I said, is it real? Are you kidding me? I mean, I can travel on Expedia with it. I can go on, well, I have a Visa card. I can go in there and do anything I want with it, right? But, people are making millions of dollars. I think the other thing that I told him, and I truly believe this, I believe more millionaires and billionaires will be made in the cryptocurrency space than in any other financial sector on this planet over the next year. And in the next 12 months, starting from today, I think there'll be more and more financial fortunes being made in that space. And why can I say that? Well, some of the biggest financial players on the planet have heavy investments into cryptocurrency, whether they're service companies of cryptocurrency or actually have invested in the cryptocurrency themselves. I mean, Michael, this week, and I think we've probably talked to 3 people that had bought 100 Bitcoin at the point where it was like $200, right? And haven't touched them. So think about what that person's sitting on, right? I mean, there's people out there with thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars because they made a smart move at some point. I think Ethereum is still close, right? That you could probably still do something like that with Ethereum. But, the fact is, folks, I mean, you're in the perfect place, and this company is the perfect vehicle. And, when Michael can get that kind of attraction by doing a very creative thing, okay, or you do the same thing by doing, let's say, a Craigslist ad, or let's say, where you can put a very inexpensive, or if you want to call it free, classified ad, right? Think about this is offline. Go offline. Don't maybe try to go get the marketer. Maybe go and try to get the person that really wants to learn, or both, but try to get the person that wants to learn about cryptocurrency, because again, the one thing that we do have here, and Linda said it, is we have everything all in one place, and it's organized, right? Those 3 training platforms, or if you want to call them modules, the module 1 is the basics, right? Module 2, it gets into the next level of what you want to start to learn. And if you haven't yet, and you want to educate yourself, by the way, go take a look at those titles in there and say, well, I don't know nothing about that. I'd like to learn about Dash or Ripple or Monero or the way Ethereum works. And just go in there and start to educate yourself, because the more that you're going to be able to share, okay, or let's say, imagine you just said, oh, I just went through a training platform today and I now understand how Ethereum works. And you put that on your Facebook. You watch how many people are going to go, really? Tell me about that. You know what I mean? So, think outside the box. Don't do what everybody else does, and you will get unique results to yourself, okay? Oh, Jesus. Boy, did we went 50 minutes. Listen, guys, we really wanted to do this because, you know, we want to help people succeed. We want our people to have success with this. I'll be honest. I know I have a couple people that they're not going to even care about sharing this business. They came in and paid for a year because they wanted the education purely. That's perfect for me. That's great. That means I've got the best product on the planet. Okay. But, you know, do something different today and you'll see that the results that you will get will be different than you've had before, for sure. Right. Linda, if you want to go ahead and say something, we're going to basically close out here in about 5 minutes.
Okay. I would like to touch a little tiny bit about that tax-free thing. And I would like to say that depending on your jurisdiction, that might be different. I don't want to mislead people into thinking that Bitcoin is totally untaxable. And I want just to warn people to be careful about that. And it is actually really nice that you can go and have a steak supper on your Visa card. That's really like I'd like to be invited next time, Michael.
Absolutely. What we're going to be doing pretty soon is we're actually going to gather a bunch of people in Vegas. Bart and I have already talked about this.
Vegas, baby.
We're all going to meet in Vegas and have a great time. So
yeah.
Sorry I interrupted.
All right. Yeah, and other than that, you know, like everything that Bart was saying is absolutely true. You know, like just try different things and just see what fits for you, and just go with the flow. You know, like it's just as simple as that. That's what I do.
Awesome. So yeah, so listen, I'm going to put the little bit of a hint out. So now that Vegas has been dropped, it's a really good idea that maybe we'll go ahead and talk about that a little bit. You know, we're shooting for like the middle of September to meet. Okay, I'm going to be going out to Colorado to spend time with Mike. I also have family there, so I have another reason to go. And if you guys have been following me at all for years, I go up in the mountains. I do a little fishing as well. But part of that trip, because it'll be probably about a 3-week trip, is we're going to go to Vegas. We're probably going to go to Vegas for like a weekend, like a couple days. And if you guys want to join us, we're going to go ahead and definitely let you know when that'll be ahead of time. But it will be probably like the end part, you know, between the middle and the end of September when that'll all happen. And it'd be great if you guys could come and join us. And, you know, hey, by then we're going to be rocking this thing, right? We're all going to be really, really doing well. We're going to be trading, making enough money, probably from our trading to pay for our trip, right? Maybe while we're on the trip. Exactly. Yeah. Write it off. It's a business trip.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. All right, Michael. So why don't you go ahead and say a couple words, and we're going to go ahead and let people go enjoy their weekend.
All right. I'll make it to 1 minute only. I promise. So anyway, guys, now's the time. The timing is now. And if you ever watch the CEO Paul's interviews or hangouts, he says he wants to touch 1 million lives, and he's really, really, really truthful about that. We've only got 8,000 members right now. It's just beginning. We're in pre-launch. We haven't launched yet. And yeah, a lot of the leaders, most of the leaders are in iCoinPro. And I'll be honest with you, there's a reason why they're on iCoinPro, because they see the longevity of this company. It's the early time to get in. Now is when you want to take action. You want to get going, because if that's his goal, that's the CEO's goal, to get 1 million people. Think about how many people are going to be interested in this business, a month from now, 2 months from now. So now's the time to ask questions. And if you're not sure, like we said earlier, just get on the phone, message us, whatever. We'll do a 3-way call, or we'll do a hangout with you guys. If you get 3 or 4 people, we've already done it with a few people. We had a guy named Earl that had 3 or 4 people that he wanted to introduce it to. Bart and I jumped. Actually, Bart, it was kind of funny story. I said, Bart, you're jumping on a hangout right now, and he jumped on it. It was like within 30 minutes, we were on a hangout, and we had an hour hangout with these guys, and they came into the business. So just want to let you guys know we're here, we're available, and we want to build this big. So that's all I got, Bart.
All right, guys. So listen, thanks for joining us. And again, if you've been on the fence and maybe this has helped you make a decision to go ahead and join, please get with the person that has sponsored you into this business. If you're a pre-enrollee and you're watching this and you haven't actually contacted your sponsor, I would suggest you do, because sometimes the biggest nugget you'll ever get is having a conversation with someone that's having some success. You glean something off of that, and you can go ahead and have the success yourself as well. And like, you know, like Michael says, we can't stress it enough. If you need help, get with us. We'd be glad to help you. Okay, we're all about a team build, guys. You know, when we talk about these numbers that are going to happen in this business, where are you going to be in that matrix, right? The matrix alone is really, really good money. And if you've sponsored a few people and you get the matching bonuses off those matrix earnings, now, you know, $5,000, $10,000 a month is nothing to sneeze at, and is totally doable by your efforts right now, guys. So with that, again, income disclaimer, results not normal or expected, guys. It's all about the work that you get to go ahead and have success in this, because we really don't like throwing numbers out there. And again, you know, it's all based on individual efforts. So with that, guys, listen, go enjoy the weekend, have some fun. Monday, man, Monday's going to be a big day. I can't wait to see what's going to come out there and we get to go and play with. I know that we'll be making videos about it. I know I'll be making videos about it. And I know that probably next weekend's Hangout, probably the main subject will be the micro trading platform, guys. So with that, guys, thanks a lot for joining us. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next time for sure.